Did EA Sports just break Madden 24 Ultimate Team? Let's talk about it. Now, Civ family, and welcome back to another Madden 24 video. In this one, we're going to be overviewing and analyzing EA's new biggest change to this game. Now, in case you guys didn't hear yesterday, Field Pass levels are now buyable. That means you can level up the Season 1 Field Pass as well as the competitive Field Pass by spending money. Now, the way this works is fairly simple. You're able to purchase all the way up to level number 45 in the Season 1 Field Pass and all the way up to level 27 in the competitive Field Pass. And I'll put up some photos on the screen that showcase exactly how that works. As you can see, you basically just spend your Madden cash or Madden points to level up, and essentially the way that works is you're simply purchasing XP, right? Like if you were at level 42 and you wanted to get to level 45, it would cost you, I think, about like 300 or 400 points, versus if you were at like level 35 and you wanted to go to level 45, that would cost you like 1,000 points. I believe if you're at level 0 and you want to get to level 45, it's over 10,000 points, meaning it's over $100 to max that out. And then again, a very similar thing with the competitive Field Pass. As you guys can see right here, you would get up to level number 27 if you wanted to buy these. Funnily enough, I'm actually at level 27 and at level 45, so if you didn't grind the game, you could get to the same two levels as me. What are my thoughts on that though? To buy Madden 24 coins for the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use promo code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Now, my initial knee-jerk reaction right when I saw this is I was like, oh no, EA Sports, why in the world did you make this change? But after a little bit of analyzing, I don't think it's as bad as I originally thought. Now, I'm gonna say it, I'm not for this change. There's really nothing about this change that I love, but I will say it's not as bad as I thought. Let me explain. Now, on first glance, when I saw this, I was like, oh no, okay, this isn't the biggest deal for Season 1, right? Because I'm already at level 45. If people buy, they're not gonna be getting past me. They're not gonna be bypassing where I am grinding this game. But I was thinking for Season 2, if people were able to get up to level 45 on launch, on day 1 of Season 2, that would suck, right? Because they would get all these awesome rewards. They'd be able to level up their competitive Field Pass so far, there'd be really no reason to grind the game for them. But after a little bit of further digging, there's something on EA Sports' blog post that basically says they'll only be doing this towards the end of the season, so I would suspect they'll probably add this in the game with about 20 days left in the season. And I guess I sort of understand their intentions here, right? Like, they're obviously trying to make money. That's the overall goal of this company, but I guess they're playing it off by saying, okay, this is for people who weren't able to grind. This is for people who want to spend the money, want to get these rewards, but maybe we're more busy and weren't able to grind through these Field Passes. Let me give a little bit of feedback though. Now, the first thing is I think you can buy a little bit too far. Like for me personally, I probably grind this game about as much as I possibly can. I believe your max level right now is around like level 50. I'm at level 45. I would say I'm in the top like what, 5% of people, maybe the top 2% of people that grind this game. You got to think about how many people play Madden Ultimate Team, and when you do, I would say, okay, I'm probably in like the top 2% of grinders. That means you can buy your way all the way to the top 2%. I think that's too far. I wish EA Sports didn't let you get as many levels right here. I think this is kind of a cool thing, maybe to get up to level 40. That's even pushing it though, like maybe 35 to be honest with you, because getting all the way to 45, that feels like you can get a little bit too far, and I do want them to maintain this gap between people that just want to buy the levels as well as grind. If you grind, you should be rewarded. For me, I'm not necessarily being rewarded, right? Because someone could buy their way to this exact level. So that's kind of my first piece of feedback. Before we talk about some other stuff associated with this though, let me show you guys one of my picks for football tomorrow. I feel great about this, bro. These picks were made on Underdog Fantasy. If you didn't know, I'm repping their t-shirt right now. They're a partner of the channel, not even a sponsor. I call them a partner. But Bijan higher than 16.5 receiving yards, bro. He had like 6 targets. Desmond Ridder likes to check the ball down. And then Mike Evans higher than 4 receptions. That feels really, really low. I think he was Baker's favorite target last week. He had 10 targets. I feel good about those picks. We also made some more picks for Sunday football. But if you want to make picks for yourself, be sure to click the link in the description and sign up with Underdog Fantasy. Use my promo code SWIFT. That will, number one, double your first deposit up to $100. And I believe you also get a free Joe Burrow 0.5 points line if you sign up and you're new to the app. So check it out, boys. You can either click the link in the description or just go to the App Store, search for Underdog Fantasy, and you know the vibes. Use promo code SWIFT. Okay, now getting back to my thoughts on this. Number one, I think they give too many levels. Number two, I like the fact that it's not going to be available in the game on day 1. But here is one of my fears, boys. One of my fears is EA Sports is not going to update some of the missions that they have in the game right now. Some of the stuff that they have in the game with these Field Passes is awesome. I'm not going to lie to you. I am genuinely like enjoying playing Madden right now. I'm liking the rewards. One of my least favorite things though is the competitive Field Pass MUT Champs awards, in particular the special teams touchdowns and the scoring 28+ points in fourth quarters. These two missions right here, I'm just not a huge fan of. And overall, I think my main gripe with MUT Champions is the fact that winning doesn't give you as much CP as it should. You should be able to get a lot more XP for the competitive field pass from winning games. When I'm in these games, sometimes what I'm trying to do is I'm literally just trying to allow my opponent to stay in the game. That way I can score points in the fourth quarter. That's just not the way much champions should be. I kind of wish they would change these objectives, but since they put this new thing in the game, it honestly makes sense for them to make it harder for people to level up these field passes, right? Think about it from EA Sports' perspective. They want to make it, I guess, kind of difficult to level up the competitive field pass. Say you're at level 24 right now, and since it's kind of annoying to get competitive points in this game, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, I just want this pack right here. Let me spend the money. This low-key incentivizes EA Sports to not change up the way these field passes work. I feel like that's an L, to be honest with you, because now they're monetarily incentivized to make it as hard as possible to grind, to make it as hard as possible to level up. So I hope that doesn't factor into their decision making. But if this is a major success and they see a lot of people spending money and leveling up, that actually could be something we see in Season 2. Season 1 so far has been good. I've loved all the ways to get XP. I've thought all the promos have been pretty solid. Ultimate Kickoff wasn't amazing, but otherwise everything's been solid. So I hope them adding this to the game doesn't change their philosophy for Season 2. Like, to be honest, Season 1 so far has been fine. When they put in this time to purchase levels has been fine. I wish you couldn't get as far, but I think we're going to start to see more of their true colors here in Season 2, and I'm a touch worried that they either A, make these objectives a little bit harder, B, maybe put the buying levels in the game earlier, or C, allow you to even buy more levels if they're able to make a lot of money. Because say, for example, they're like, oh, you know what? We made so much money allowing people to get to level 27. Let's allow them to get all the way up to George Pickens, allowing them to get all the way up to level 48 so they make even more. And in my opinion, that would just not be good for the game, right? That would not be good for the game, boys. I think that there should be a grinding element to this game. Really, the only grinding element that you saw before this was the field passes. You can buy players by going to the store and purchasing packs. You can really buy anything you want in this game. The only thing you couldn't buy was progress on these field passes. Now that's changed. I'm hoping that doesn't affect anything with Season 2, because honestly, Season 1 has been good so far. I don't want to be glazing EA Sports too much, but Season 1, pretty good so far. I think most people would agree. So those are some of my thoughts about buying XP. I'm curious if you guys will be purchasing XP. Otherwise, though, I am liking what EA Sports is doing with this game. My only thing I wanted them to change was honestly like these competitive missions right here. The amount of rewards you're able to get for playing online is awesome. The solo challenge rewards could be improved a little bit. That's really the only other thing I would say. But yeah, just kind of changing up the competitive field pass a little and solo rewards. That's all I have when it comes to critiques. And then that actually might change in Season 2 if they end up putting in buyable levels too early. But let me know if you guys are buying levels, and if you guys have enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you want to check out Underdog Fantasy, be sure to click that link in the description, sign up with my promo code, which is code SWIFT. That gets your first deposit doubled and gets you a free line. And until next time, boys, I'm out. Peace.